you've been stuck inside your head, cause we're stuck inside the house. And I know it's easy to choose fear, and I know it's hard to see clear, and I know your heart starts racing when your thoughts start making your body start pacing like, whoa, fuck, how did we get here? And why the hell are we yelling through tears? How did this get so complicated? Went from friends to love making, now we're fighting and we're hating. I don't wanna be with you like this. Can we go back, start again for all the things that we said, all the messages misread, all the desires left unfed? We were so close and I miss you, wanna tell you everything like please.
I just wanna talk to you, but you won't hear what I have to say. I just wanna talk to you, I just wanna talk, yeah. I just wanna talk to you, but you won't hear what I have to say. I just wanna talk to you, I just wanna talk, yeah.
I just wanna say all the things that I should have, that I didn't yesterday. When you told me to my face how you wanna be with me, flipped a switch, turned cold, change your feelings in a day, what the fuck? So are you seeing someone else? Cause I need to know for my mental health, cause I need to know if I should really move on. I need to know if there's nothing left and it's gone, so what? What do you wanna do? Cause I'm tired of this back and forth with you. It's a high or a low, it's always touch or it's go. You either wanna move fast or you wanna take it slow. I don't know how you feel, cause the second that I think that you're keeping it real, you pull away and shut me out like it's no big deal. I was just trying to love you, girl, why's that so surreal? Goddamn.
I just wanna talk to you, but you won't hear what I have to say. I just wanna talk to you, I just wanna talk, yeah. I just wanna talk to you, but you won't hear what I have to say. I just wanna talk to you, I just wanna talk, yeah.
I don't know why this is fucking me up. Maybe cause quarantine's been fucking us up. I've been trying to find the answers, I keep searching deep inside me. Maybe I'll find something by the end of this blunt. Cause I think you really wanna be together. I know if I was there, you'd be chilling in my sweater. I know if I was there, we'd be cuddled on the couch. I know if I was there, you'd be kissing my mouth. I know if I was there, I'd be singing to you, bringing you coffee in bed, cooking your favorite food to rub your neck so you relax and finally let go. Go outside and watch the moon sit on my lap while we smoke. But I also know that this is hard to do. Grow and learn from a distance, but I wanted to with you. So I hate the fact that we're just giving this up before we ever even tried to even see what it was.
I just wanna talk to you, but you won't hear what I have to say. I just wanna talk to you, I just wanna talk, yeah. I just wanna talk to you, but you won't hear what I have to say. I just wanna talk to you, I just wanna talk, yeah.
I am too speechless to encrypt into code words that are far too spellbinding to ever be said. Hold a scorpion in your hands as to hold it with care. Sometimes you feel like you have to be loud to be heard. I did my best. Thank you for being here.
Here we are looking so fucking dumb. We both knew what the fuck this was. We started out on the same page, casual sex games, didn't want to get attached. We tried to fight it, then force it, we tried to ignore it, but here we are fucking again. And I know I should walk away, but I also really wanna play. And I know we shouldn't start this up, but I want to fuck my feelings up with you. I want to fuck my feelings up with you. I want to fuck my feelings up with you.
I looked past all your red flags, cause I was lost in your eyes. Our good sex made me forget there's so much
much about you I don't like. How you make me feel like I've lost all control. You only want me at your beck and call. It's toxic as fuck, but we both love this rush. You're a mess and I'm bored and we're lonely in love. And I know I should walk away, but I also really wanna play. And I know we shouldn't start this up, but I want to fuck my feelings up with you. I want to fuck my feelings up with you. I want to fuck my feelings up and with you. I should walk away, but I also really wanna play. And I know we shouldn't start this up, but I want to fuck my feelings up and with you. I should walk away, but I also really wanna play. And I know we shouldn't start this up, but I want to fuck my feelings up with you.
I've been writing sad songs all day, and I know it's lonely when the weather is breaking me down. It's another heartache I'm dealing with now. She's been keeping everything bottled up. She told me that she's had enough. At the rate it's going, I see where this ends. I'm hurting in my bones, I'm trying to pretend it will be okay. At least that's what I'll say. Love is just a game, and we're playing for the fame. You've got it right, I've got it wrong, you're the winner. I should've known this all along. It's been eating me up, it's been fucking me up for days. I've been writing sad songs all day, and I know it's lonely when the weather is breaking me down. It's another heartache I'm dealing with now. She's been keeping everything bottled up. She's told me that she's had enough. At the rate it's going, I see where this ends. I'm hurting in my bones, I'm trying to pretend this is a nightmare, and I'm living in a dream because this isn't real.
Alright, hi guys. Sorry, that was difficult. But Rob, you're here!
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Our most prized guest of the season.
And not be muted. Hi guys.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
So, real quick before we start, we are officially Twitch affiliates.
Yay.
Rush is sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's because of me.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
It's
Like,
true.
not 100% sure what that means or how to do any of it, but it happened.
Awesome.
But,
Asha's not coming on, guys, tonight. She's
Yeah.
not feeling well. She'll be back tomorrow.
yeah,
Sending lots
hopefully.
of love.
She says she's been sick all day, so I feel bad.
I know.
The day after her birthday. Well, 2 days after her birthday.
I know. It's the worst.
Must have been that cake.
All that thing.
Probably.
What's up, Rob?
Not much. What's up with you?
I mean, watching the
Same.
Oh,
Well, I watched Andrea on Alex Kilo's show.
I did not.
thanks. It's
I
okay.
watched-
Hold on. I just broke everything.
What do you mean
Okay.
you broke everything?
Yeah. I thought this was gonna be better.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Well, okay, sorry guys, technical difficulties, one moment. We disappeared. So I got
Oh,
new monitors so that this would be easier, so that I don't, because if I minimize anything, we go away. Well, I minimize everything, so That's
Oh,
not
what Alex did.
what.
Alex did the same thing. He made himself go away.
No, I made us all go away.
Yeah, I know. Oh, why is Smiley Faces a robot?
Okay, you're back. It's just dumb, but oh no, you're not yet. Hold on.
No.
Okay, almost. I'm sorry. I promise I will get better at this.
Rob is so powerful. He made me all go invisible.
I know.
There we go.
We're back.
Yes, we're back.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, sorry
Oh,
guys.
we're back. Yay. Sorry.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. Did you watch the episode?
Me?
Did I? Yeah.
Well, Andrea did. She was watching live. Did you watch the episode?
Yeah. It's something.
I'm like really impressed with the edits we're getting.
They actually showed Davon and Kaiser's conversation. And so it was
And
really
Davon and Bailey's. Ian.
Ian, like, it was very, like, those are all like the good conversations this like past weekend, and they showed them all.
Can I be
Yeah.
No.
controversial?
What?
Go ahead.
I didn't like the edits.
You didn't like the evidence?
No. I feel like they left out.
Of course, they always do about everything.
No. Hello. It's not my first rodeo. We'll get to the bananas later. They left out. I felt like they showed the least important Ian moment.
That's true.
I
Oh,
think
you're right.
Chaser with
That
Ian
was
was
the second
better.
time.
That was the second time, and he had
Yeah.
already gotten comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then number two was, I did like the Kaiser and Davon moment. I felt like they were, I mean, we can get into it, but like, aside from those bits, like the game edit, now granted, do we have a lot of game?
No.
Oh yeah, there's like no game in it. You're right.
The game edit was Tyler,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
which,
surrounded
like-
around Tyler.
but like,
Now
and they,
Kaiser.
right, and they made it seem like Tyler was getting sought out, but Tyler's a crackhead.
Yeah.
With his 10 million alliances.
Tyler's the one who sought all of them out. So I was just like,
What the hell
why
is
are
happening?
you gonna make Tyler like? And then they had him in the DR, and
Yeah.
he was like, I don't know, man. If you have people seek you out, like you gotta say yes,
Mm-hmm.
Angela. Like,
Yeah.
Sean,
He's the
no,
one that did all that. Yeah.
right. So
Didn't you any Janelle and Kaiser?
No.
Janelle wasn't even in that episode.
Janelle
That's
was not
true.
in the episode.
Yes, she was.
Barely. She was barely in that.
She didn't do any DRs, I don't think.
She had the I don't remember who she was talking to. Okay, you're right. It wasn't important. But like she was I remember the only reason God.
Oh, she talked to Kaiser because she said, I'm trying to lay low because
Yeah, that was
I feel bad for Keisha.
Yeah,
but I need to lay low, but I'm in a star.
I hate being this person because like I super am trying to like shy away from these kinds of conversations so that we're not like the stereotypical all girls podcast, but like I remember seeing her in the show because I was like, God, her hair looks really good.
No,
Well,
she
Janelle always looks
very shortly though.
She's a Barbie.
Yeah, I love Janelle. But anyway, yeah, you're right. It was like a second of Janelle and Kaiser
Mm-hmm.
when Janelle and Kaiser on feeds were like running the story because
Right.
Kaiser was figuring everything out, and also he had a really good edit last episode. So it was an odd shift to then have it be like a Tyler
Yeah.
episode. Like I get that they
Oh, now, guys.
have to like show different narratives, but like that wasn't true. So
Yeah.
not
True.
cool.
Tyler is literally a note. Like, you don't even see him like really talking.
No, I mean all he does is talk about Angela,
Yeah, and veganism,
right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like
and
he's
social media and Twitter.
right. He's probably doing a better job than most people in there because he's not doing much. But like nobody's really doing. I mean, can we talk about? Nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
I know. It's so irritating. Like, I get it because The problem is that all of our players right now know what they're doing, and they know that the first person to like jump out is likely going to, you know, have a huge target.
Right.
And so
That'll be
just
the next
nobody wants to make the first jump, and it's so irritating. But again, this is why we don't get week 1 feeds.
Yeah.
True.
The moment that Nicole and Tyler sat together down in the living room, I thought they were going to start talking about, like, you know, like that's the conversation that they were talking about, the rumors and all that stuff. So and then Danny came over, so I thought they were gonna put in something about Derek and stuff in there, and I was like, oh shit! And then they're talking about Tyler running the show. I was like, what is this nonsense? Oh my god!
Yeah.
They were talking about how much they hate Twitter and love Instagram, whatever.
Now listen, here's the thing. We're a passionate bunch on Twitter.
Yeah.
We love hard and we fight hard. But my feeling is if you collect your coin based on your follower count, and that's your primary occupation,
Nicole.
Social media influencer.
then shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Let us do our thing, you do your thing. If you don't fuck with us, that's fine. You're allowed your opinion, but like they have been going nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like at a certain point you need a new trick. Like come up with something else. I mean, I got called out. I got called out today because I said that they were social media whores. People didn't like
Why?
that I used the term whores.
Whores meaning that they're like a succubus type of thing.
Yeah, they're like whoring themselves out.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, is prostitute better? Which is the truth. I mean,
yeah, they're literally getting money for them performing their act.
Right. Like who would buy Tyler and Angela's tacky anchor jewelry?
$300 anchor
outside of,
I can't with that.
Right, like nobody would care what they did. Like Tyler would.
They wouldn't have anything without us.
Tyler would still be a lifeguard. Like all of, you know what I mean? Like it's inauthentic, and stop biting the hand that feeds. That's all.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds.
Is that a motto?
Well, if it's a motto, it's a motto. I don't know.
Yeah.
Coco, did you not watch the show last? Oh, she's in Colorado. She's probably couldn't see it. She's like, she said she didn't watch the episode.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know that was a thing that you could watch it, like, because I'm in Nebraska, so I also can't watch it, but Alex showed me how today.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There is a way.
There are ways.
I did not know that.
Has ways.
I wish there was a way for...
Coco, no spoilers.
She comes on here and goes, no spoilers.
Okay.
In the wrong place.
Nothing.
Okay, girl, do you think?
I want to talk about the freaking veto competition. That's not fair.
Oh.
How embarrassing was that? That was so embarrassing. Kevin could have won that very easily.
Everybody could have.
Every
Tyler definitely threw that game. He was like making a pretty picture out of his.
He wasn't. He's. I'll never throw a competition, man. Like what?
He threw that competition 100%. He was like the banana rides. Yes.
So when I first saw the bananas, I just want to take you on the journey.
Okay. I'm here for it.
It's definitely my journey too.
I thought, that's pretty phallic. And then they had to ride them, and I thought, okay, now I know what they're going for. Good job. The way Enzo
with his arms out like this
rode that banana was one of the most majestic things I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
That's what you call it, majestic? Oh.
That's what I would call it. Yes, it was majestic.
There's already a GIF on it about it.
Oh, that's not surprising.
There is. I asked for Cody's because
AJ's here. Hi, AJ.
Cody was looking like he was riding that pony.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, Paulie was a stripper, so I'm sure he learned some moves from it. I just thought it was what was weird. Well, there were so many things, but what was weird to me was like, why would none of them lock in?
They could have, all of them could have locked it.
Enzo 100% did not like earn that. No other person locked in.
No, he won by default.
Yeah.
Right.
He literally was like, all right, I give up. It's up, so I'm just going to hit the button. That's literally his thinking. And he was like, if someone beats me, someone beats me. I don't think that he thought that he was going to be the only person to ring the button, because Kevin could have, well, he had 19. He had 19. It was still up. I don't know why he was sitting there counting. Hit the button.
Yes, I know. He counted.
Like, I was like, and I knew the outcome, but I was like,
that's me every time, though.
I was like, I don't understand. And what's weird is, like, usually they'll talk about enough on the feeds. Like, they'll talk about basically what went on so that we can get some idea. I had no idea that not one person locked in. The only thing I knew was that Keisha's was knocked over by Enzo, which obviously was conveniently left out of the edit.
Okay. But
right,
Kevin kept saying, I was so close, But, like, you timed out. You could have pressed it. You just sat there. You stood there.
Right.
Like, I don't know. So when I first saw the bananas, the day before that, I'm pretty sure it was the day before that, Christmas and Bailey and Janelle, I want to say, they were in the photo room and they were talking about how they all took away their bathing suit bottoms.
Yeah.
That brother took away their bathing suit bottoms, that they were too cheeky. And she was like, oh, but we're going to be riding a banana. So, like, I don't know why, that's probably why. And I was like, you're going to be riding a banana? And she really knew what the competition was.
Yeah.
That was like either the day before, so because they didn't pick who was going to play yet.
I was like, I mean, not to quote Rennie, but like, I was shocked really when I saw the bananas.
No, but
it reminded me of we talked about it on Alex's stream. It reminded me of the pelvic thrust comp from 14 when they had to and then and Boogie, it was gross. Yeah, and then they had to use their tongues. Do you remember that part?
Yes. Yeah. It was the coach's comp.
Yeah, it was super uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
They did similar in a BBOTT. No.
Well, they've done this like type of comp, like where you have to do a certain thing to get a number, and then to get a clock, and then you have to stack. Like they've done that before.
Crystal has entered the chat.
I just wanna. Can I just throw a tweet up here on the screen real quick that I just saw? I just opened Twitter and this is what was on my feed.
Please tell me it's Enzo.
So hold on. I have to share screen.
Oh my god! Can you imagine if they had Rennie voice saying, "That's inappropriate"?
That's what we needed.
Oh, cool. Oh no.
Oh, good.
Oh my god, I was joking. Oh, Rob, I'm crying. I can't. So wait, you're joking around saying that you're the reason why that Davon is working with Danny, but
I just want to say something.
But wait, hold on. You tweeted that on July 27th.
Correct.
You tweeted that on July 27th. They were in sequestered July 27th. They were sequestered July 22nd. There is no way in hell she's.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, but you're also not the only person that said that.
No, I know. So here's what's going on. I was sitting here. It was the second time that she had said something about Twitter, and I was sitting here like mother, who the fuck? Who was the one? Who was the fan? I want to know. Fuck that person. And then I got a notification on Twitter that somebody like quote tweeted my tweet with the female brigade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I looked at it and I was like, I might have been like, I was like that, like when Rachel walked in on Britney with the hair extensions, I was like busted. Like,
Yeah.
I'm crying.
this is bad.
I just
So
think that this
I-
is amazing. That's what I
so
opened
I was
Twitter
like-
to.
So I was like, okay, is it possible? Because what happened was today on Feast, Danny and Day were talking in the bathroom, and Day was like, you know, I want this, they want this, meaning the fans, like, let's do this. And Day was like, yeah, or Danny was like, no, I know there was like that thing going around on Twitter with it was me, you, Janelle, and someone else.
I'm fucking crying.
He's not, okay, let's
Come on.
settle down.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's settle down. I'm not taking credit for it. Believe me,
No.
I would. Okay,
Listen.
so and then Day said that it was that the fourth one was Danielle Reyes, which is not in my tweet.
Yeah.
So it's possible that it's. I'm clear. I just all
God. Oh my god.
look at what you did.
On Twitter.
Look at what you've done.
Everyone is talking about right now on Tony. Oh my god, now Portia's going to tag on it. Yo,
Here's the thing.
sorry.
Here's the thing. Am I taking credit?
Oh
This
my
is
god.
not something to take credit for.
No. Will I take
I
the
would-
blame? I guess.
I mean, to be fair, everybody wanted it.
Yes.
I
Everyone.
mean, who didn't want that going in? Everybody was like, oh, this would be great. I love Danny. I love Day. I love Janelle. I love whatever. Everybody was doing it. Okay? So save your bullshit for another fucking person until Day says, this is the one that convinced me.
Oh my god.
And she shouts you
Now,
out via
here's the
handle.
thing. Here's the thing. Here's the
It was
one
really
wrinkle. Here's the one. There's one wrinkle. One major wrinkle.
Oh my god.
Davon does follow me.
Yeah. Oh
So, and now I know that, honestly, like, it's not my fault because production should have taken their shit away from them. And we do know that they had their phones for a long time.
Yeah.
They had him until Saturday. That's what I heard.
Okay.
So that would have
I mean, it was,
been.
yeah, I don't know when
I
You
mean,
tweeted that on the 27th. I remember.
which was,
They got their phones taken away the 25th.
so we're good. We're cool.
Spoiler Girl just tweeted too.
Oh, saying what? We need a.
A special guest is coming soon for BB22. I do not know who it is.
Wow.
Dr. Fauci?
Wow. You said someone's coming, but I don't know who.
I feel like I should comment on that tweet though from that person.
Oh, I already did. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I lost it now. I don't know who that person is.
I want it to be Alyssa.
I was like, this is my notification.
Oh, here it is.
If it's anybody, I want it to be Alyssa so that she can collect.
Oh my god. That would be
She
hilarious.
needs to collect Nicole.
I was like, I hope he knows this is a joke. Everyone's taking it seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad I have something to look forward to when I get back on Twitter.
Oh my god.
Thanks.
Oh my god, yes. Everybody's like, please let Rachel Riley host a comp for Nicole. That would be amazing.
I want Rachel Riley or Alyssa.
There's no, first of all, there's no way. What does she get? They're going to have a guest come in a hazmat suit?
No,
They can't.
I think it's gonna be over video.
They could totally do a
Yeah,
quarantine.
but then Rachel can't collect it. Nicole.
Why?
'Cause
No,
I mean,
I think it's gonna be via video. They won't be stupid enough to put someone in and then contaminate everybody.
no, of course.
Right, but the thing is that they literally could do like a COVID themed thing. competition and just put him in.
Could they?
Put the host in a hazmat suit. Okay, no, I said preseason. I said the BB bug comp, the first HOH comp from OTT.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
That would have been perfect for the season.
That would have been.
Maybe a little.
They should have done that, but
That's
like,
fine.
yeah, right. Well, because I had thought that like the Have Not room would be some sort of like an isolation,
Like quarantine
room type thing.
I mean, it's probably smart that they didn't. We would be mad.
Yeah, no, they can't.
Like, we would be upset if it happened.
Coco said, "Have Victor come in unproposed."
Old Victor or new Victor?
Oh, old Victor, new Victor. When I tell you, I was screaming. I wasn't really watching like feeds today, but I was just getting notifications, and when I saw that video, I was screaming. Oh my god, because they were so bored that they had to make these.
I know. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna make a joke and come up with a bunch of questions for us because we don't have anything to talk about since they're not doing anything on feeds.
No, this was literally just to get us Twitch affiliate before. I'm waiting for the confirmation email. I'm so excited.
Oh
my god.
I don't think it's going to happen until after we end this thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't
just
say that we
it's my impact yet again. I'm just like, how you doing?
I just love how Spoiler Girl's like, a special guest is coming soon, but I don't know who it is.
I know. Like why did you tweet?
She has no spoilers. She's vague tweeter girl. She doesn't say anything.
Like I'm sorry, but I will die on this cross. The house reveal on the 3rd. She got that from me.
Sure. She got that from you?
Yes. Because I tweeted at her. I was saying it for weeks. Since Julie tweeted the stupid blue hearts with the 3 smiley faces in the shape of a fucking roof, and everybody was like, oh, there's going to be 3 nominees, 3 HOHs. I'm like, no, it's a house. It's a fucking house. And 3, the 3rd, which is when we thought it was going to be anyways. And then there was 3 keys, and then there was 3 something else. And
not a perceptive bunch on Twitter we are.
No, and then, so I was literally in everybody's mentions being like, because everybody was like talking about it, like, what does this mean? What does this mean? I was like, it means that we're getting a house reveal on the 3rd. And nobody believed me. I'm pretty sure, like, Hamster Watch was like, oh, I don't think so. Taryn literally was like, I literally said it to him on his stream, and he was like, oh, I don't think Julie's that cryptic. And I'm like, that's exactly what it means. And then I said it in Spoiler Girl's mentions, and the next day she tweeted about it.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I don't understand.
I really. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't understand her like motivation. I guess I do. Never mind. That was a stupid point. Carry on. Like I was like, other than clout, and then I was like, oh. Nope, yeah, that's it.
That's exactly what it is.
I really want to talk about our biggest winner ever, Derek.
I can't with him on Twitter. I'm over it.
Responded to him.
Oh
He's
god.
Now people.
She quote tweeted you, Amanda.
Sure.
What happened? Who tweeted me?
The person that was talking about Rob. She, when you said it was a joke, she quote tweeted you and said, hilarious. I'm unfollowing him. I don't know who it is. I don't know who this person is.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry.
Anyway.
We're not a drama channel, I swear. We just don't have anything to talk about today.
Right. What were you saying, Amanda? Derek.
Derek, yes.
Yeah.
He's digging himself in a hole. And he keeps on, he's blocking people.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he's now blocking people.
I was going to say, he started out just, like, replying to people, being like, hey.
He started replying to people, and now I'm seeing it all over the place.
Well, I wish him well. I'm definitely getting blocked. So I hope he has a nice little life. The thing is, like, I understand this. Twitter's not a place for nuance, really. So, like, I can only say a certain number of things. I understand a little bit of like Derek's frustration because imagine planning out the entire game. Don't start shit, Amanda. Don't, AJ, don't. You're not doing that.
What I do?
Nothing.
You added. Oh, it wasn't you. I thought it was.
I responded him. I just told him what happened.
I thought it was you. Sorry.
It was me.
Someone.
It was
No, I'm friendly with him, so I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
No.
Someone accused him of
I don't know.
being the reason why, but the post that Devon is talking about included Daniel Reyes, which is denied.
Yeah,
And
no, that's fine. It's fine. No, it's fine. No, okay. So anyway, so I'm saying, imagine planning out an entire game, pre-gaming it with, whoever.
Yeah.
And then having the rug pulled out from under you, whether it was self-imposed or not, like whether he chose not to come on or something else happened, and then to have to watch, like that must be very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But by denying it, instead of saying like, yeah, we all pre-gamed, I thought I was going to be on, and then I changed my mind. Like he just keeps digging himself deeper, and I want there to be some, like, more room for conversation and more honesty, where it's like, I don't like pre-gaming. I've said that multiple times. I think it ruins entertainment for us because there's a piece of the show that happens way before the show.
Yeah.
And we don't ever get a full, clear picture. And one of the great things about Big Brother is that we get a full, clear picture from feeds. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing. So if that's the selling point of the game, then they need to be, I don't like it when I'm rooting for the people. Like, I don't like it ever. It's not a good situation. I think it was messed up when they did it on 13 and Evil Dick pre-gamed the entire thing. Now, granted, it's not anybody's fault because they're doing what they need to do. To me, it just ruins the integrity of the game. And if I were producing a show, I would be really clear about what that means. We're producing a show. We're not producing the bit before the show. Yeah. So no pre-gaming. And if we find out that you're pre-gaming, you're off. And if we find out you set up your number 2 with your entire game, like Josh or Derek or Dan, like there needs to be some type of consequences for that.
I agree, but I would have forgiven Dan, not Derek.
Well, of course. We have to, our Lord and Savior, Dan Keeson.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, Evil Dick has talked about a lot of times about what he was doing pre-BB13. He got all that, he knew everybody. He was talking to Jeff, he was talking to Brendan, and Rachel, not Jordan, because she doesn't have a mind of her own. And he talked to Janelle, who knew Portia, and that's how they figured out that they needed to save Portia as a member for them. So, like, that screwed up. I mean, Keith screwed up his own game, but like, it deeply impacted other house guests' game, and especially on a mixed season, it's very bad. But like, even though everybody technically knew they were coming on All Stars, like somebody like Keisha found out way later.
She found out like the week of that she was supposed to. We're like, okay.
So maybe Keisha would have called Memphis. Maybe Keisha would have called Dan, and Dan might have set up Keisha. We don't know. And now she's gonna probably go home because she didn't have these Memphis. Why didn't Cody put up Memphis if he was so hell-bent on these pairs? Like, it wasn't about that.
Why didn't he put Ian and Nicole?
Right, exactly. Like, and that's the other thing. Like, Nicole Nicole won BB18 because of the pre-game alliance. We need to call it what it is. She did not win on her own accord. She won because Derek set her up to win. And yeah, she did a lot of things towards the end to like help get her there, but she's not, she's not good.
Yeah.
Cody was probably like, okay, who didn't pregame? Those are the people we're gonna
Yeah.
Right.
Because
I mean, you look at
two that have pre-gamed.
Well, and it's
right,
true, and
because Kevin is so far removed.
Yeah, and that was talked about a lot in preseason too, with the rumored cast with Keisha, Kevin, Nicole, Anthony didn't pregame. Like, there's so many that, and if they could just see through it and link up like all of those people, I think they'd have a fighting chance. I'm just hoping that the pregame alliances don't last, because like, yeah, there's only so much you can do pregame, right? Like, you can set up what you want, but that trust still isn't all the way there until it's all the way there. And in the house, especially when you're playing with so many legends and so many people that can talk circles around you, I mean...
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, I hope they dissolve.
I don't think that Enzo had a preseason alliance either.
No, probably not.
No, I
but
think
he's
this
also,
is all Meow Meow.
I mean, I think Enzo is one of the best social players of the game in history. So he's the kind of guy who, like, he walks in and he's like,
I know.
Okay, I got you. And you feel immediately drawn to him. He just has that personality. Yeah. So, it's
you're like, Jersey, let's go.
Right. It's a weird situation, and I think part of why we're not seeing a ton of gameplay is because of those pre-game alliances.
Yeah,
I really think that it did hamper what could have been a really interesting start. I mean, this isn't new. We've done this. We did All Stars. They had pre-game alliances. Everybody knows. Obviously, Will wouldn't come on without Boogie. He said, everybody knows. But it is a weird place to be, where we're watching an All-Star season and nothing is happening in the house, and everybody's walking on eggshells and not saying what they want to say. Like,
they're too aware.
Yeah,
it's too aware. they need to like throw something in there to like set off a bomb.
Tequila.
Yes, they can't. I know, they have like a shot of wine.
For real, I really like. If there's anybody we can trust with alcohol, it's gonna be the All Stars.
Yes. They should get unlimited. They should have an open bar.
I agree.
I mean,
CBS. Let's start a petition.
I mean, imagine Janelle with an open bar. We saw what happened to her when she had a full bowl of margarita.
I'm about it.
We need...
Give them 4 Locos.
You blacked out.
Yeah.
4 Locos. Oh my God. Well, you just need to take a sip of that and you're done.
Forget have-nots. Like, make it... alcohol.
You can't drink water. You can only drink 4 Loko.
Yeah. All the time. Honestly, I think that's
good.
On them, so they probably can't do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Keisha some wine. She would have. She was really talking about how she's such a lightweight now. She's like,
I know. She's so cute.
So drunk.
I know. I love Keisha so much.
She was like, I'm just gonna be a chatty Cathy. I'm gonna talk your ear off. I'm like, oh my God, I love you.
She's matured so much.
Baby.
Matured.
I know, but I want her to snap into 30-year-old Keisha.
30-year-old Keisha.
I mean, I just, and it's not her fault. I mean, she's sort of navigating a weird environment, and
like, can you imagine if like you played a reality show over a decade ago. You've forgotten about it. You don't watch it anymore. You don't really, I mean, maybe keep in touch with a couple people you met, but like not really. Your life has moved on. It's a fun story you tell at parties sometime. And then all of a sudden, CBS calls and they're like, hey, want to do it again?
We're fan fave. Everyone on Twitter wants you.
You'll give me $40,000?
Right.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Really just
but like, she's over it. She's been over it.
In the middle of a pandemic, and she's a waitress. Like,
is she
still
a waitress?
Yeah, she works at a different. She used to work at Hooters, but
she used to. But she said she worked had like a restaurant in Malibu.
Yeah.
She was talking about
which there's no way it's open right now, right? Because
no. Yeah.
They just re-shut down California in a lot of places. Yeah. So
I know wineries are open though.
Right. So I mean, it depends what type of place, but I mean, whether she was getting paid or not, I don't know. But like,
but she wasn't getting paid $40,000.
She wasn't getting paid $40,000 for,
a month.
And also, no, she said she wasn't, because she said when COVID hit, she drove across country with her boyfriend back home to Ohio. Yeah. So she wasn't even there working at that restaurant. So
she wasn't in LA.
No. She went back, but like
she went back once they called her.
Yeah,
to be on
that's
the show.
Surprising because I just was under the assumption that she got called late because she lived in LA, so it's
that's
easy.
What I thought too. Yeah, no.
She does live in LA.
Yeah, she does.
But I know, but like she wasn't there. That's interesting.
Yeah, she happened to not be there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like cool.
Bye, AJ. Have a good night at work.
Have a good. Yeah.
Bye, AJ. Rachel Riley just tweeted. I wanted to see what it said.
We should get her on the show.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Like, Rachel, please.
She doesn't love me, so maybe like.
I'm about to just send her this link.
Stop.
Yeah, I mean.
No.
It's not like this one. Okay,
I think she has me
want
blocked.
to win HOH, and who do you think will win it? Got a question.
It's more like who I don't want to win HOH.
Okay, well, first, before we answer that question, can we say what kind of HOH we think it's going to be this week? Because I'm super confused. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Do you think it's going to be questions?
I think it's going to be crapshoot.
But this last one was, like, it wasn't, like, full crapshoot, but, like, it was there was not a whole lot of skill. So, and it wasn't your normal endurance.
The moving competition was skill to a degree because you had to like move the.
Yeah. Is the backyard closed?
Yes.
It's been closed for the last 2 days.
So then it yeah, I mean, it could go either way.
Questions, yes.
It could be.
I feel like questions.
I hope it's questions.
I hope so too.
Because that means that.
I hope it's questions and Kaser wins. Yeah.
I mean, what would be interesting for this is honestly the dream scenario for this particular. Now, granted, I'm not hoping for this because I think I know what the outcome would be, but a knockout style thing for this house because everybody's good with each other. Mm-hmm. They need to
not good with each other.
They need to like force them to show their cards a little bit.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting.
But I know that would mean Janelle and Case are going to be out pretty immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. They're very, everyone's so nice.
They're on everybody's radar.
Who?
I said Janelle and Kaser. They're on everybody's radar.
Yes.
So hold on. I noticed something today that Janelle has been talking to different people and telling them a different person that's her target. She told, who did she told Kevin that I don't remember exactly which was what, but she was telling like Kevin was one of her targets, Christmas was one of her targets. Like each time she had a different conversation with someone, as someone else was her target to them. And I feel like, she said something to Danny.
She told Danny.
Who did she tell? Christmas, yeah. So then Danny told Cody. And I think that Janelle's trying to find out who's telling who what. And like who's working. She's trying to find out who's working with who through her lies.
I love Janelle so much.
Which is so like
is she
perfect.
Smart enough to do that?
Yes.
Yeah. What's one?
Yeah.
She's way smarter than
No,
I think she's.
I know
yeah.
she's like really smart.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that she's not smart. I think she does trust Danny. That's the issue.
I don't know.
I think she's questioning it. Like, this weekend, I was seeing kind of signs of that. But I think that Janelle is so much more strategic than, like, because Janelle's a great player and nobody in the fandom will ever discount like that. And, you know, they say that she's smart and that she's, you know, a physical threat and everything like that. But I think she's a lot more strategic than people typically give her credit for.
That is true. I will say, like, when I first, obviously, when I first watched Big Brother 6, you know, you don't really know what you're going to get at the beginning, but the one thing that stood out to me, and again, I was like, I don't know, how old was I? 2005? I was like 12. I remember watching Janelle play chess with each person. Now, Grant, I mean, I was watching the edit, so whatever,
yeah, I didn't watch feeds back then either.
Yeah.
I was a child, and my mom said they were inappropriate.
Right, I was a child. Right, me too. Same.
Losers.
But I remember watching Janelle play chess with each person to figure out who was smart and who was stupid, and that she used to play chess with her dad, and he told her that that's the way you figure out who you could work with, and the only person who could match her was Kaser, and she used to like play dumb with everybody, and Kaser was the only one who stood out to her. And when I was 12, I was like, this is the smartest person that's ever lived, and I love her. And she, like, immediately, right. So, like, and I always go back to that whenever I think about Janelle, because
she's wicked.
Everybody talks about, obviously, Janelle is great when it comes to competitions, and she's less great when it comes to social, but she is wickedly smart when it comes to strategy, and she's underratedly smart when it comes to strategy. People don't associate her with strategy because she's made a lot of bad. Well, yeah, but she's also made a lot of bad moves out of emotion. But when she does stop and think, it's almost unmatched. I mean, she and Case are on a different.
And that's the thing, is not only is she so that's backwards. Not only does she have Kaser again this season to be that balance for her, but she's also matured so much. So, like, a mature Janelle plus Kaser, like, that's like dream team right there.
Right. And, like, I've noticed over the last week that this version of Janelle is actually doing a really good job socially also, much better than she ever has. I mean, I'm not saying that she's, Brittany Haynes level, but she is doing like Colin just said, Janelle doing Nicole's makeup, that's social game. Like, that type of thing never happened on any other Janelle season. Janelle was always with guys or with, whoever she was with, but never really with anybody else. She made it clear who her targets were. She didn't care. But this version of Janelle is really interesting, and she has a great relationship with Bailey. She has a great relationship with Devon in some ways. She has a great relationship with Enzo. Enzo loves her. And I think what we're seeing is a Janelle who is more socially competent, more comfortable in herself. And the other thing that really struck me, Nicole Franzel, the other night when she was crying for the 18th time because there was a party in her room, she was crying because people were talking about showmances, and which was nonsense because she started asking Janelle about her showman, and which got into conversation about Hayden.
She brought up Corey, yeah.
She brought it up. And she brought up Corey.
Yeah.
But
she's
and then went out to cry and
times,
blamed it all on Janelle.
Sorry?
I said she's brought him up a couple times, hasn't she?
Your microphone's a little weird. Your mic, yeah.
I can hear it.
Oh, I don't know. It was weird. It sounded like it was.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, that's
Anyway,
okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like I've got a whole weird setup here now, so we'll see.
Okay, it's better now.
Okay.
Well, what I was going to say was how old Janelle might not have been perceptive to the fact that Nicole was like as pissed off as she was, but the fact that she then said the next day, "Oh, I'm going to have people in again,
Yeah.
and we're going to talk more about showmances," like she knows that it pissed her off, and she's doing it anyway because she wants to piss her off.
Yeah.
That's a much more in tune with what's going on Janelle than ever was. Now
Yeah.
she obviously can't trust Nicole Anthony to save her life because Nicole just spills whatever. Like,
I
what is
want
she
Nicole to like. I don't.
doing? I don't know. I think she thinks she knows that she can't beat a duo because she went with a duo last time.
Yeah.
It's week 1.
And
Worry about
it
that
was-
later.
And it's week 1, right?
There's
It's
plenty
week
of
1.
time to worry about that. A duo in week
Right,
1.
like,
Who cares?
Get all the leftovers.
There's 6 of them.
And form an alliance
Right.
and take on this whatever thing is that you're not even in anyway.
Yeah.
I think Nicole came back too soon. Number 1, number 2. I think Nicole honestly has a lot of PTSD from her season. I'm
I
not
think
making
so, too.
excuses for her because
Oh, she.
is. She's not thinking clearly. She's so worried that the same thing is going to happen again that she's making the same thing happen again.
Yeah. No, totally.
Right. So I think she's like so afraid of this duo thing, but like it only benefits her. More duos in the house benefits her.
Yeah.
So,
I think so too, especially because she's not a duo, and so you're right, because everybody's going to be wanting to target those duos, wanting to be splitting them up, and she can sit back and skate
she's
by.
a vote.
Yeah. Yep,
It's
absolutely.
better to be single in a house of duos
Absolutely.
than anything. Like, go use them. Go as far as you can with them.
And
Yeah.
Colin's right.
What
They're
happens
perfect
when-
shits.
What happens if one of them gets taken out? Then you're now that second.
Exactly.
yep,
Like,
because Nicole and
also
Kate,
you'll never go on the block with either one of them.
because
Yeah.
Janelle and
They will
Kaser are
always
not
go
making
together.
final 2. Like, it's just flat out.
No.
There's no way that's going to happen.
What
So
else is
if
stupid?
if Kaser goes home and Nicole becomes Janelle's number 2,
Right.
Right.
perfect. I mean,
you're
and-
in the perfect spot.
Especially because Janelle's such a huge target. There's like, you constantly have a shield and a strong competitor on your side.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
And-
smart
and-
gameplay.
If you know anything about Janelle, she's not afraid to ruffle a few feathers. Like,
Yes.
if you're on the block and you're on her team, she's going to ride for you and she's going to use the veto on you.
Right.
She doesn't care.
She's not gonna do
She's
it.
not going to do what the HOH wants.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, if it doesn't fly, like that was the other thing that struck me about going a little bit back to Kevin. Kevin was so fixated on getting a bigger, towards the end of the competition, getting a bigger stack than Keisha. When in actuality, even if Keisha won, that's still
It
good
still
for Kevin.
helps you. Yes.
Because it would force Cody to have to put up somebody else that, whether you have an easier time campaigning, who knows, but it's a, you don't know.
Yeah.
It's a change. Any change is good for when you're on the block. You
Yeah.
never want anything to stay the same. So quit focusing on what Keisha's doing and just lock in whatever you have. And if Keisha wins, Keisha wins.
Mm-hmm.
A change is always good. You
Yeah.
know?
No, I totally agree with you.
Typically the person who gets put up, I mean, not typically, I don't know the stats, but occasionally the person who gets put up after a renom
Yeah.
goes home.
Yeah.
Like, it happens a lot.
You're most likely getting backdoor. That's the backdoor.
Yeah,
You're gonna
because at that point they're like, well, we might as well make a move.
Well,
And it probably, in this instance, would have been Ian,
yeah, they were thinking
which
about.
would have been it would have been sad, but
For some
like,
reason, he did not like Ian in that moment when Nicole and Ian were in that.
well, I don't think he doesn't like Nicole.
I know, he was paranoid as fuck. He was, they were talking in the bathroom. But yeah, he's like super paranoid. But I also heard him tell other people that he doesn't like Nicole, and like,
well, Nicole wasn't in his plan.
Right. Oh yeah, his all white alliance plan.
Well, his wasn't all
Nicole?
white.
Oh no, that was Memphis's. Sorry.
Memphis.
No,
and
Nicole Franzel, right?
This is the other thing.
Yeah.
They have got.
I hate Memphis.
I don't know how they can, but in the next episode they have got to edit together Memphis's crackhead nonsense. Like,
old grandpa.
he is such a crackhead. He is such a lunatic. I have never seen somebody like fall so far
So quickly. Like,
so quickly.
I mean,
it's literally
Like,
week
what-
1 and we've had so much fluctuation already. It's confusing. Like
His behavior is perfect Renom behavior.
I would have totally picked him to not be nominated to the first place, to be honest.
Well,
Okay.
of course, but what he's doing is crazy. If I were HOH and he's running, you're the first. He told 12 people, "You're the first person I'm talking to." What do you?
I mean, but to his defense, nobody else is talking to each other. So like repeating things, so it's kind of working.
And everyone is talking to each other, and everyone's telling them that nobody's talking to them.
Which is so irritating. Like, we know people are talking game. Quit saying
No
that.
one's talking game with me. I don't know what's happening. Like, that's literally like the
amount of times I've heard Nicole Franzel say that, and Janelle. Like, Janelle said it a lot too.
And Danny
because
also.
because
all of them have been saying it. They've been saying who's worse with their top of the house, Cody or
who's worse without their top.
Worse. Sorry. I mean, they're both worse without it because they don't have their leader to tell them what to do.
I think Cody.
Cody's
Because
frantic. He literally doesn't know.
When they asked the question, "Who do you wish was here?" and he said, "Well,
Derek,
my boy Derek,
so
because I want to run game by him." It's like, what? You're just saying.
Think for yourself.
You're basically saying you can't handle this yourself.
That's exactly what's happening.
Like, you're
so
Cody is like a different Memphis to me is like a grumpy old man. Memphis is very somebody said it to me. He reminds me a lot of like the Mark McGrath character from the first Celebrity Big Brother, where it's like just like this old man who's kind of like there and wears heavy scarves. He loves a scarf.
I know you compared him to
Lenny Kravitz. He loves the scarf moment. No, he's just
Dad,
cold
come
and
pick
angry.
me up. I'm scared.
What?
In the
Right.
chat.
Yeah, Caleb.
Dad, come pick me up.
That's what Cody's saying.
Yeah, that's
It's
literally
like-
what he's saying. Listen, Cody is a nice person, like, if he was not in this house.
He's also nice if he just didn't talk.
He literally should have kept himself on the pedestal that he was on.
He wasn't a pedestal.
Compared to his brother. This is what I'm saying. So like
The non-Polly pedestal. He was the good cauliflower.
he's not Polly. He's Cody. So he's a little bit higher because he's not Polly.
Yeah.
So now that he's on, people are like, oh no, Cody's just as bad as Polly.
I mean, I don't know why we didn't think that. Like,
I mean,
he's just more attractive than Polly.
They're not the same person. Just like how people thought that Tiffany was Vanessa when it's not even further from the truth. Like, you're not
She's
like
calling out Derek now for ruining her own game. So
yeah.
let's all just be honest.
Yeah. But no, but the reason I say Cody, like, I mean, we've kind of touched on it here, but he literally, he's HOH. He has all of the power this week, and he's just laid down like a little fucking puppy. Like, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know where to go pee. He doesn't, like, he's so confused all of the time. And it's so frustrating. Like, at least Memphis is, like, making other relationships. Cody's like, well, I don't want to be the one to do it. You do it. I'm too scared. You do it. Like, The amount of times he's been like, I don't want to be the one to propose an alliance. I gotta wait for them to do it. I'm just like, bro.
What's interesting, here's what you just said is 100%, and it highlighted something for me. Memphis plays like he's Dan's number 2, and Cody plays like he's Derek's number 2, meaning Memphis plays a Dan way. Not good, but a Dan way.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody plays a Derek way. Cody plays like Derek taught him how to play. He plays exactly like somebody who studied Derek would play.
Yeah.
And Memphis is playing exactly like somebody who's looking at Dan and like, oh, Dan, he was in all these alliances and blah, 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 and he's he's on crack. Dan wasn't on crack. Dan was controlled chaos. There's a difference.
Yeah.
I love him
Memphis
so much.
is not controlled chaos. And so it's really interesting.
Different people, that's fine.
Yeah, but what's really interesting is that they're both emulating their god, but doing it
badly,
spectacularly terrible.
So that sparked a thought in my mind, because I've always felt like I don't like Derek. I don't like his win because I feel like it was weak against who he was, against his season, right? But I do think even with his season the way that it was, and before I say this,
You're also a commentator, though. Right?
The only reason that Derek was able to do this is because he had a weak season, and that's why it hasn't been done again. But I did say that I think that Derek has been the closest one to emulate Dan's game. Like, he's come the closest, but it was only possible because he was against a weak season. Like, he's not as good as Dan, even remotely, because the only way that he could do it was because he was against weak players. Dan could do it against anybody. It doesn't matter who was in the house. But that's funny that you said that, you know, they're each emulating their gods, because I feel like, so Memphis is emulating Dan, but Cody is emulating Derek, emulating Dan.
Dan, yeah.
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
And I do think that that's interesting, that, like,
it's like a game of telephone. It just keeps getting more diluted.
It is interesting to, like, I have never rewatched Big Brother 16. And it's because I find Derek detestable, and I find the cast boring, and Frankie Grande makes me miss my wrists. But if I were to ever rewatch Big Brother 16, it would be through that lens, because if you never said that to me, I would never, not just to me, to the world, I would never have even thought that Derek was even close to trying to do anything that Dan did. But when you said it, I was like, oh, you know what? Final two, ride or die, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, there are things that do check out.
Yeah, and it's like a little bit of the chaos, too.
Interesting. Yeah, there's I mean, he didn't like chaos. Dan loved chaos.
Right, but Derek would create situations. He would try to create situations the way that Dan did. So that
he could squash it. Right, but he wanted to squash drama. Dan loved the drama as long as it had nothing to do with him. Mm-hmm. He was a chaos agent, and Derek was like, I'll create something, and then I'll put it out so that everybody knows who's in charge.
Yep.
Yeah. I have one thing about Derek, is that Derek knew, even this season coming in, that's why he didn't do it. One of his reasons was because he knew he would be number one target and he would get out. The thing is, the difference between Dan and Derek is that Dan went to the house a second time and he made it to the final two. Derek wouldn't even get past day one.
Nope.
Because his strategy was his undercover, and once he blew it, that's it. His cover is blown.
It's over. Yeah.
The same thing again.
Yeah, I know, Amanda. I know you don't watch Survivor, but
no, I don't.
But Tony, Andrew, you watch, right?
Yes.
Tony, to me, I am not a Tony fan. But
Okay, that was mean.
I am not a Tony fan. But what I will say is he played one way the first time. He tried to play the exact same way the second time he was on, and then and then the third time for Winners at War, he came back and he played a completely different game. And not a lot of people can do that. And Derek, honestly, I would like to see if he could. I don't think he could.
No.
And I think that's why he's not here. He should have come on to show that he could do it.
Yeah, he has something to prove for sure. But no, I've always thought that because my mom, the most casual of casuals, her favorite players are Derek and Dan, which I love Dan, so that one's fine because he's the king. But she says that all the time. She's like, well, he's just so good at the game. He was never nominated. All of the casual talking points and stuff. But and then I explained to her, I'm like, Mom, do you think he could do it again? She's like, well, no, because everybody knows he's not a cop, or knows he's a cop now. And I'm like, okay, then he's not that good. Yeah, cool, he kept a secret. But if that's your only strategy, that's the thing, is that Dan can adapt.
Right.
Dan's funeral is the most proof of that anybody has ever adapted. Because I still say that Dan has affected Big Brother more than any other player. I honestly think that.
Yeah.
I think he changed it.
That's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, I'm not I'm not the biggest Dan fanboy. I'm just not. I get it. I get the hype. He earns the hype, 100%. And one of the great things about him is that he could back it up by coming back.
Yep.
I don't think that you could call yourself a great and not come back and back it up. You have to come back and back it up. Otherwise, you don't deserve to be on, the Mount Rushmore, which I would never put Derek there anyway. But if he came back and changed it up, and if he did, maybe. But I just think people like Dr. Will, people like Danielle Reyes, people they came back, even though their legacy was, Danielle Reyes at that time, I think it was fairly solid in terms of the viewers were upset because she lost. And she wanted to redeem that. But she still came back. Yeah. She didn't necessarily have to. She still would be remembered for her excellent game on Big Brother 3. I just think if you want to be considered one of the best, you need to, look, say what you will. We say it all the time. Look at Paul. I'm not saying that he's the only other person other than Dan to sit the final 2 twice.
Yep.
Say anything you will, whether he earned it or not, or production helped him or whatever. And he lost both times, so it is what it is. But he did come back, and he did prove.
That's what I mean. He didn't have to come back the second time because he should have won the first time. Right, and I think he. Nicole was even talking a little bit about how shocked she was that James didn't vote for her, and she was like, because Paul whispered something to him on the way out, but there were other votes that she got that she shouldn't have gotten, Natalie, who said she would only vote for a woman. I vendetta against Paul at that moment too.
Right. So and she had a vendetta against Paul because he called Michelle the C word. So it's but even Michelle voted.
Exactly. She's like, I love this game. I'm voting for him. I think he should have won.
Yeah, according to Davon,
should have picked Paul. Sorry.
Well, yeah, but according to Davon, this season, Davon was telling Nicole that Michelle was voting against Nicole, not for Paul.
Yeah.
Which is
pretty
great.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a reason to vote. They all voted against Dan on 14.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't vote necessarily for Ian. Some of them did, but most of them did not vote for Ian. They voted against Dan. So, and that's a piece of it. We can't deny that. So again, but Paul backed his stuff up and proved back to back, which is also,
yeah.
I think it's fair to like shit on Paul because
He's
people do it all the time, and he's Paul, and he has a personality where he's very polarizing. It's fair, but he is who he is. I do wonder.
Amanda loves
Paul. Wonder what. No, I know she does, and I wonder what you guys think about this. But like, assuming Big Brother 15 wasn't Big Brother 15.
Yeah. Andy.
No, I'm dead.
I'm an Andy defender.
Do you think? No, I know you do, and I was too, to a point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's same with me. Is I have been, and then now I'm kind of like
to a point. It's like it has to be to a point. You can't say that you're in the same. You're not.
League as Dan. That's what he claimed.
Right. Do you think that Andy would have been asked back?
Yes.
If nothing happened on that season, except that he was a rat floater.
No. Yes. I don't think so.
You don't think?
I do. I think he had a strong game. I think that he was a rat floater, and it worked for him, and I loved it because it was very entertaining to watch, and I love the back and forth. Like, I think that if you can successfully go back and forth between a divided house and divided alliances and continue your way all the way to the final two and then win, that you played a good game. You had to have. I think that if the controversy would not have happened on 15, I think that Andy would definitely be back as the first gay winner.
Right.
He, I think he would 100% be a winner that was asked back. Now, if the controversy wouldn't have happened and he still had the attitude that he does on Twitter, maybe not. Right. We'll see.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like Andy...
But his attitude stems from the controversy.
That's his personal right.
Yeah.
That's also true.
That's the reason why I think he wouldn't have gotten asked that.
Yeah, I just wonder because I mean there have been obviously there's rumors and whatever of like people who have met with him and that he is that way, and you either enjoy that or you don't. Yeah. But to me, I was wondering whether I know, like, for example, I think Amanda would have been asked back if she wasn't a problematic racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if that didn't exist in the game. I mean, Day even said it today. Big Brother 15, the gameplay was really good. Mm-hmm. I don't totally agree with what Devon said today about that. I don't know if it was that good. I think it was good.
I think it was good. I haven't rewatched it since it aired, though, either, so...
I've rewatched it. That is one that I did rewatch because I wanted to understand some of it.
From a different perspective.
Yeah. I think also, and I actually said this when Josh won 19. I said I don't know if it's a good season, but I think the outcome changes its rewatchability. Mm-hmm. Knowing that Josh beat Paul, it turns into an underdog story. And I've never tested that theory because I don't need to rewatch 19. But like watching Josh from day one, knowing the fact that he beats Paul, it could be an interesting perspective to watch the show from. But again, I'm never going to do that because I don't
hate yourself.
There's nothing left for me to watch.
I just saw from Twitter saying that Danny is currently crying because everyone thinks she's a mean girl.
I mean, but she is, though.
Oh, kidding.
But
she's currently crying.
The thing. To who?
I'm gonna turn feeds on.
Danny's crying. A few people mentioned that she was being mean with her sense of humor, and she thinks they are This is Hamster Watch. They were joking, but she's so sensitive about it and doesn't want her little girl to hear that. And then Janelle's comforting her. She said she didn't.
How old is Tennessee? Like 18 months old?
Yeah, no, she's gonna be 2 in like a week.
Okay, so yeah, so your 2-year-old is not watching live feeds.
I don't think Danny is any different in that regard than she ever has been.
I agree. She's always been a mean girl. We just loved her for it.
Right.
Yeah.
She's always talked shit.
Yeah.
I mean, she just was in a bed with Nick the first time. And then she was in a bed with Dominic and then Kalia the second time. Talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
But she was always talking shit. I mean,
I don't have a problem with them talking shit. That's never really the problem with me. It's
yeah. I mean,
shit.
this time it's different. What she's doing now is...
Yeah, because she's not just talking shit. Like,
what she's saying now is it's a different level.
Yeah. She's saying that her jokes are just mean.
Yeah, I mean, but her jokes are mean. But that's part of
who she is.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't think that there's much of them.
Too.
How long ago was that, Amanda? Because she's not even on cam right now.
Oh, I don't know. It was, I don't know. It was 8 minutes ago she posted it.
Yeah, he came into the gym.
Oh, she is on cam. She's not crying anymore.
So
Okay.
She's talking to Janelle and
How
Ian.
many people has cried already? Jesus.
Who do you think?
Christmas, Nicole, 19 times, and Danny.
Evan has cried.
Oh, yeah.
Did Ian cry?
No.
Kaser cried. But, like, tastefully.
Yeah.
Tearing up.
Day cried.
He cried.
He
did. Did Bailey cry? I think Bailey cried too one time.
Bailey just cried today.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently Tyler was also maybe crying today.
Oh yeah, and Tyler's crying too. God.
Honestly, like, okay, so here's the thing. Before I say this, I'm not a Tyler hater. I mean, he's not my favorite person, but, like, I don't go out of my way to not like him. But Tyler can cry. That's okay. I'm okay with Tyler being sad.
I mean, I'm like the same way. I didn't like his game, I guess. That's why
I didn't mind his game. I didn't mind his personality. There's just something about him that just rubs me wrong. And I don't know what. I've never been able to pinpoint it.
It's the eyes.
I think it's his look. I think it's like I'm this hot, like
with cataracts.
And then like
what?
I said he looks like a grandma with cataracts.
Glasses. I have the same exact glasses. I don't know if I have them right here, but like I have the same exact glasses, like my blue light glasses. And I was like, oh my god, everyone keeps making fun of these glasses, and I have the same exact glasses.
Guys, I literally. What?
What are you gonna say? No, what
Nothing. My point was not important. Go.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask, who do you guys think is playing a fundamentally different game than they played before?
They was like, look, if you keep me safe, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
Absolutely no one. I mean,
after this
See, that's the thing with me.
Bailey?
I'm not gonna go around to all you guys and promise you shit.
I don't think
that
we've
I
seen
can't
enough of her
deliver.
yet to know that.
exactly.
Like, I don't.
Go to the whole
I
house
feel
and
like
say,
I'm gonna say Bailey
hey,
because
blah, blah, blah.
like last time she had
Guess what? I'm
Swaggy
full
there,
of shit.
and
Do you know
this
what I
time
mean?
she's like,
I am
I'm getting Dave
absolutely
Vaughn to the
full of
end.
shit
Like she
if I go
has said
around
it,
saying-
Swaggy has said it
and I've
that
been
they
told
want
that, like,
Dave
I'm
Vaughn to
going around
win,
constantly
and
to a bunch of things,
like
and I'm
she
like,
wants to get Dave
But
Vaughn
I
to
said,
the
how
end.
can you
Which I'm like, yes,
Thank you.
about. So
Yeah, we're with that.
fantastic. Like
I'm like,
Swaggy literally
how
said
can
that
you
the day
promise
before
all
she
these
left,
people whatever
he
it
said
is?
to her, like, if Dave Vaughn's in there, make sure she wins. Like, so. I mean,
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm down for that, and I think she has a really good social game, and I think because of the bias training, everyone wants to work with her.
Yeah, it's very.
Everyone's like, we love Bailey.
Right
Yeah, it's bias training. I think
You
everyone
have to be told.
Yeah, how crazy is that? And then she finally realized, well, I think she didn't just realize, I think she was vocal about it today. She was like, everyone keeps on putting me and Dave Vaughn like in a group together. Like they keep on grouping us together. Yes, they are a duo on their own that no one knows about, but like
But no one knows about it.
everyone's just putting them together regardless.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a package deal, and they're just like, they're a package deal. What? Because they're both black girls. That's literally why. And it's really stupid, and that these people are like basically just doing that. And she was talking to Janelle, I think she was talking to Janelle, and I don't remember exactly how Janelle responded, but it was like, I was like, I don't know.
Well, it's Janelle. I mean,
yeah, she was like, oh, because it just makes sense. That's what she said. That's what I think. I think that's
the other thing. We had such low expectations for Janelle.
I know.
Going in because of everything that
like,
we
are so pleasantly surprised.
Anytime she says anything, we're just like, all right, well, it's, I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah.
But we had high expectations for other people like Danny. So when they say things, we're like, what happened to you?
Yeah.
I went into the season adamant, I am not rooting for Janelle. I like her, but I can't root for her to win. For one, she's already rich. For two, she's a Trump supporter. Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly, really, because
it's
she
the
hasn't
likes.
Really shown her cards at all, so.
It's the likes of her tweets.
No, I know. Her tweets weren't that she was saying that she supported them.
No, but it was her likes though. That's where you really, that's where it really shows through. And the tweets that she was liking were, I don't know. Anyways, but that's all alleged. I can see it. I've suspected it for a long time. She just seems
I mean, I think she fits a profile.
Yeah. I also fit the profile. I wouldn't
be shocked.
Yeah.
Well.
So, but no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've been, I surprise people sometimes too. So
right.
I have hope. A little bit. But I was just saying is I went in adamant. I'm not rooting for Janelle. I would like to see either Danny or Devon win. And then Danny.
But it's Janelle. She does this thing. You can't.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. That's why I said at the outset. It's look, I know what Janelle is, but nostalgia is a tricky bitch.
That's what Asha
will
said
get
too,
me every time.
As long as
that's me and Crazy James.
As long as she makes it farther than Nicole Franzel, that's all I really care about. She's not going to win this game. She's not going to win. So the only thing I care about more is her getting out Nicole Franzel first, and then she could do whatever the fuck she wants.
I want to see her goodbye message.
I want to see the fight between them. That's all I care about. After that, Devon can win. Thank you. Bye.
My thing is I just want Nicole to go out on Janelle's HOH, and I want it to be dramatic, and I want her to just
cry the whole time.
No, I want Janelle to just go full force.
Yeah.
I want her to ruin Nicole.
To be honest, I don't care who gets her. Christmas could get Nicole Franzel out for all I care.
As long as she leaves.
As long as she goes, I want her gone. She shouldn't be here. She doesn't have the vernacular. She doesn't belong here. She is out of her league, okay? And she has single-handedly made this season less palatable than it should have been.
Yeah.
If she was not there, I mean, there were so many options. If they wanted a female winner, you could have called Lisa. We want Lisa. Hashtag we want Lisa. I want Lisa. I love Lisa.
The cast is locked. We know that for sure now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh my god.
But I want Lisa to come back. I
just don't see it happening.
It's never gonna happen.
But we also said never about Keisha.
We did say never about Keisha. Keisha has opened a whole new world. I mean, I don't think that we're ever gonna get All Stars again, but we also said that before. So.
No, we did not right away. We didn't.
No, not right away. But
we have at least a decade of wishful thinking.
Yeah, but I've been beating the drum for a long time that I did not think All Stars was ever going to happen again.
Oh, I believe the rumors every single year. I like to be disappointed.
I have never thought to be honest, I just figured that they kind of ruined it by having people come back for 13, people come back for 14, then 18, then Paul came back 19. to me, it always felt like they kind of wasted the people
Yeah, I
on
agree with that.
seasons that they didn't need to waste them on, and
Like we could have had Brittany Hayes this season.
and also because the seasons have gotten longer, that it always felt like an impossibility to me.
Yeah.
But like here we are, and I feel grateful that we're able to talk about Big Brother All Stars in 2020,
But it took
and
a
that
pandemic.
the All Stars are legit for the most part. But I want Lisa to come back.
There's like
I wish there.
in like even
there for a third time, people would probably lose their shit. To be honest, not gonna lie.
even with the like, because there are people that I have very strong negative feelings about on this season.
Yes.
That being said, there's nobody on this season that I would outright say shouldn't be there.
David.
No.
David.
I feel like they should have used David later on for something else. Like, why did he have to be in this season? Do they need someone like to rock the boat type of situation? Like, or do they just need a different
I think that it adds to the dynamic of the house, because if like we're seeing, you know, a lot of these people know too much about the game, and you know, they need some dumb people. Some people that don't know what's going on.
Yes, he's good filler. He's good filler.
You know what?
You need filler people.
You do, because otherwise it's just going to be heartbreak after heartbreak. So there's not a single person here that I say shouldn't be on the season. Like, are there people?
I mean, look, we even had Chicken George on.
Exactly.
Did Chicken George need to be on All Stars? No.
Exactly.
But he, you know, the problem is Chicken George accidentally won an HOH and got out Howie. So
yeah, but like, and that's my thing is like, are there people that I would replace certain people with and create a dream cast? Obviously, yes.
For sure, everybody would.
But I don't, even with the people that I don't like, Nicole Frenzel.
Yeah. Apparently Yvette got asked back.
There's nobody that I think that shouldn't be there.
That was bullshit. That was
real?
That was not true. Yvette got a robo email that they sent out to everybody to like fill out a form
of like if you're interested type of thing.
Yeah, like a questionnaire to see if you were even interested. That's what she got. So they sent it to everybody.
Crazy James said yes on that.
What?
Nothing. I'm just.
Oh.
I said I wonder if Crazy James said yes on that. Like, I wonder what.
I don't know if they sent it to everybody.
No, I know that, but like I'm just like I want. Well, he told me, he said that if CBS wanted him, that he would be there. So he probably would have said yes on that. Yeah. But I bet they probably just skipped 9 and 15 altogether when they sent it out.
9 and 15. And I also think that they probably skipped most of 21.
That's accurate.
If I were to guess.
Yeah.
I think that they only asked they only sent it to a handful of 21s.
Yeah. Do you think Tommy got asked?
I'll ask her.
Yes.
Yeah.
You think Kemi got asked?
Tommy.
Oh, Tommy?
Yes.
I definitely think he got asked. I think Kemi probably got asked. If I'm Kemi, like I don't know how to bring this up to her.
Yeah, I think Kemi probably got
like,
sent something.
Yeah. My thing is because I would love Kemi's opinion on this, and I don't know if she wants to talk about it, and like that's such a difficult thing because like I don't want to make somebody talk about something live or make them uncomfortable. But like I would really love to know like if she would go back, or if it was too traumatic and she's over it.
Talk about it.
Like I will, because to me, just watching what she went through.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go back? Even if they say it's going to be better.
I think it's an important question.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's also a question that Nicole should have asked herself. I said it earlier. I do think she hasn't fully reckoned with what went on her season.
I agree.
Because she's been in the postseason bliss where she was the most liked out of the group, and yes. She got a podcast, and she's friends with Eric, and she got all this notoriety, and she got $25,000, you know, all of this, like, she got a boyfriend and then she lost the boyfriend. And I mean, there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not she lost. I'm sure it was amicable. You know, whatever. But like, she hasn't had a second to like reflect on what
actually happened.
The show has meant to her and how it's grown her as a person, to then go back and try something new or try it again or see, like, you need to reflect on that. You can't, the post show glow. That's why like Paul coming back from 19. First of all, Paul has never seen an episode of Big Brother, so
no, and that makes it even crazier.
No, I know, that makes it even crazier.
Wait, like, Paul hasn't?
Yeah, no.
That's why never seen a single episode.
Like somewhat okay, being like, hey, Paul never seen an episode. Like,
because, and this is what I said about Paul. The problem with Paul's game the second time around is that Paul didn't watch Paul before.
It's true.
Otherwise, Paul, he would have known to not do some of the things that he did. He had just watched himself.
He's done, yeah.
And I think it's hard. I mean, Bailey was talking about it today, that she did not watch. She watched a little bit of the season, but I mean, she went through a lot of different trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, she went through a lot of trauma, and I love her. But she was just talking about it today, that she really.
That's what she was crying to Tyler about, by the way.
Yeah, because she went back and watched because they told her to. And reliving it was really hard.
Yeah.
And I wonder about Kim. That's a really good question. I think you should, ask her if she feels comfortable.
I'm gonna message her, because I just don't, I said, I don't ever want to put somebody on the spot and talk about something that makes them uncomfortable. Unless they're like problematic, then I'll do it.
Yeah. For sure.
But like, not somebody sweet like Kemi. Like, you know, if she doesn't want to talk about it, we don't have to. But I'm just curious of, you know, if she probably can't say if she was asked, but like, hypothetically, if she was asked, if she would have said yes. Because I've been uncomfortable watching Big Brother a lot. Like, you know, there's been a lot of controversy in the past. You know, I've been a fan for a really long time. I was my most uncomfortable seeing what Kemi had to endure. And Kat, honestly, like, Kat had her own problematic moments, but the shit that she had to deal with Jackson, like, it was straight up abuse and gaslighting. Like,
just like Pauline and Zakia.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I told Amanda before, like, that, Pauline and Zakia was I barely watched feeds that season.
I was so angry that whole entire time.
It was so uncomfortable.
It was.
And it didn't stop. It was like constant. It was like every single day.
And it's so frustrating that CBS doesn't, like, I understand that they want good TV, but like, when it gets to that point, you're gonna lose people, because it's triggering, like, to people that have been in abusive relationships. Like, it brings back so much, and so it's so difficult. Like, and that's how I felt watching Holly, or, well, her too, actually, but Kat and Jackson. Like, it was, God, the way that he would manipulate her.
Well, he's also now starts dating Holly, like
her friend.
That's just like her friend that she was friendly with before the show. Yeah. Like, also Caleb and Amber too. And I actually was talking to Christine about that today, and she said that that was like one of her biggest regrets. And I was like, also, you were going through trauma in her. Christine was going through trauma in her own life with her husband at the time.
Yeah, she's opened up a lot about that. Like, say what you will about Christine, but like, she's opened up a lot about that on TikTok.
Right, and I feel like she was in the place that she couldn't speak for herself, so she couldn't speak for somebody else in that situation, because like, she experienced the same exact thing. So it's very hard for her to like she couldn't stand up for herself, she couldn't stand up for someone else. Like, I totally understand that, and like, she can't be putting that on herself. It's not her fault. Every single guy knew that it was wrong, and they amped him up anyway, hyped him up. Like, Cody was talking about it the other day, and he was like, yeah, we knew it was wrong, but like, and like, But so if you knew it was wrong,
Right.
that's a bad thing to
And
do.
also, don't send her out. Send him out.
Yeah, why do you send her out? Why?
Because
like,
it's always the woman.
It's
Yeah.
always the woman.
yeah, of course. Like, it was just so ridiculous.
Men are trash.
Ever.
Sorry, Rob.
No, it's true. Yeah.
Don't ever stick up for the woman that's being
She don't
abused.
deserve rights.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. It's getting late. Yeah.
Well, this was fun.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
You can come on anytime. Just
I
let us
love you
know.
girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Most people are gone, but it's okay. We had fun.
Today. It was a throwaway episode, you know.
I know. It really.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
No, always get our affiliation thing. And you have volunteered.
Well,
Yeah.
Not our usual time.
You'll be
slot.
back.
I mean, you weren't affiliates. You weren't affiliates before I came on,
Yes.
and now you are. So I'm just gonna say, I don't know if it's a throwaway. I think I kind of made you.
How did we just jump in viewers? Like,
Last minute games.
but
Anyway,
okay.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Follow Rob on Twitter. He says funny things sometimes. Other times he ruins the game completely. So,
It's
but
by nature.
he set up a pregame alliance that ruined All Stars.
That's what
But okay, guys, have a good night.
Bye, guys.